This is a little video to show you something that I think might really be helpful to you, and it is how to adjust your notification preferences. So this would enable you to get announcements from me immediately or never, which I wouldn't recommend, but you have some options here, and that's my point. So the way you do this is when you're on your front page, your dashboard, look to your left for the place where you can put a picture of yourself, which you might want to do at some other point if you haven't already, and click it, and you'll see a little pop-out that will give you some options. Go to the one called Settings. And I'm going to scoot this screen a second so you can see the settings better. On the right-hand side, it says Ways to Contact, and it will provide your school email addresses. You probably have more than one, but don't freak out because they all feed to the same inbox, which is weird. I don't understand it. Now, depending on how you get messages, you might be perfectly contented with this. However, maybe you're not. Maybe you would like to have something come to you that goes straight to your personal email, or maybe you would like to have something make your cell phone ding. So for instance, if you would like to get certain kinds of messages as text messages, down here at Other Contacts, you can click Contact Method. And you could put in your cell phone number and then select your carrier, and it will generate your cell phone's email address. You may not have known that you had one, but you do. It's your cell phone number plus the @ sign plus whatever goes along with your particular carrier. By the way, I noticed that Straight Talk isn't here, and I personally have a Straight Talk phone, and I can tell you that the suffix is at vtext.com. So the letter V, the word text.com, and you would use the @ sign. You could register your cell phone that way. You could put in a personal email address. Once you've done whatever you might want to do there, then go back up here and click Notifications. And this is where things get fun. So if you look at this screen, you'll find out that you have a lot of options that you didn't know about. You can choose to notify yourself right away about things. You can choose to have a daily summary sent to you in the evening. You can choose a weekly summary, which seems a little far-fetched. And do not send me anything, which is a terrible idea. So if you're only working with the 2 email addresses, you could probably just go to push notification for all devices. But if you've added another email address, you might want to be kind of picky. Anyway, what I would recommend personally is, I don't care what you do with the rest of it, but where it says Announcement, I think it would be so smart for you to go ahead and make that notify me right away by checking the check mark. Because you might be surprised how helpful it is to get a timely reminder of something. Like, I'm not promising that I would do this every time, but it may be that there's an announcement that gets sent out, the day before something's big is due. If you're in a face-to-face class as well, you might get a surprise and some teacher posts that they're sick and not coming to class that day, stay in bed. Personally, I don't have an opinion about how to do these other things, although I guess I will say that I'm not sure I'd want my grades to come to me instantly. That sounds slightly terrifying, but some people like that. But at any rate, the announcement's the only one that really concerns me. So good luck with all of that. And if you have a question, feel free to call me up and ask or send a message. But that's basically what you're looking at. If you go back to your main screen, here's one tiny little thing. It's not terribly important, but you might like it. And you may notice that my image is very clear, and your icons have a sort of color overlay. If you want to get rid of that color overlay, right up here in the right up-hand corner, there are these 3 dots. It's so random. Click it, and yours is probably, it has a check mark by color overlay. Uncheck it, and it will be all clear and pretty like this. So that's it, and I hope this helps you. Thanks, and goodbye.